Doing good. How about you?
Hey. Victor.
Victory, right?
That's right.
Hey Josh, was that a case of kind of like just survive in advance like the NCAA tournament, just kind of get past and do your job and move on?
I mean, I feel like it's every game. You know, we play in the NFL. Every team we play is more than capable of winning each and every week. You know, they came out. They had a really good game plan, offense and defensively. You know, they're a team that's establishing a culture with their head coach. You know, it seems like they're doing things the right way over there. They came ready to play today.
Josh, can you pull a mic closer to you, sir? Thank you.
Josh,
First half, y'all come out on first quarter. You come out on fire. You know, not a problem. Second quarter, you know, you got behind the sticks there a little bit, losing rhythm. What attribute to losing that rhythm in the second quarter?
Just got to stay in front of the sticks. You know, we weren't doing ourselves any favors. A couple boneheaded penalties, boneheaded mistakes, throwing a pick doesn't help. Defense had our back though. You know, they played great all night tonight or all day today, and you know, again, just gotta keep finding ways to keep moving the ball, staying in front of the chains, first downs. You know, and again, not turning the ball over.
What did you recognize what the Saints defense was trying to do to you guys?
Early on, they were playing a lot of man. You know, and we had a little bit of success on some crossing patterns, and then they really started to, you know, drop back and play some of their zone, 2-eye coverage, and really force some things underneath. And you know, I thought their defensive line is one of the better units in the league. They got some studs over there, Carl Granderson, Wyoming Cowboy, he got me tonight, I think. So, yeah, it's a really good defensive front, and you know, we gotta be better on offense, and you know, it starts with me.
What happened on that fourth down play, the little shovel to Shakir? It looked like they knew it was coming, but can you explain how that maybe broke down?
Yeah, I mean, I toss it to Khalil there, and I run the other way. You know, it seems like they just made a really good play. Yeah, I couldn't tell you because I really wasn't watching. So.
Is that a play though, where maybe you'd like to just kind of pound it up there with either James or maybe a play fake? That kind of thing, or
hindsight's 20/20. You know, we've ran that play before, had some success with it. So, you know, I won't dispute anything Joe calls because it typically works.
Back-to-back games where you found Dalton on kind of that wheel down the sideline. What does Dalton do from a route running standpoint that makes that play work so well?
Well, I think it's his willingness to block. You know, a lot of the time today we were asking him to block for some of our, whether it be jet sweeps or outside throws to Khalil. And when defenders know that, they kind of have to pick their poison. They either run up and try to cover under what's behind Dalton and allowing him to stock, block, and go, or they play over the top and then I throw the check down. So it's his willingness to block that's giving defenses trouble because they don't really know what to do in those situations.
Can you tell us a little bit just in what you're witnessing in the evolution of James's game overall, these first 4 games this season?
I mean, it seems like he's getting better each and every week, which is hard to imagine. The way that he kind of has this patience to hit the hole, but when he hits it, I mean, he is shot out of a cannon. His contact balance is unbelievable. His jump cuts are awesome. You know, glad he's on our team.
Josh, what happened on that scramble play, the one right before the Dalton touchdown? Actually, you know, for a while things were starting to stall out. It felt like you kind of put it on yourself to try and make a play there.
Yeah, 3rd and about 5. Just kind of got to the back of my drop, was feeling a little bit at the feet, and just decided to tuck it. I'm kicking myself though because Dalton ran a fantastic route, and it would have been a easy completion. But decided to make it a little harder on ourselves and do that. But again, just trying to do what I can do to help this team win football games, and needed a first down there, and just that's all I was trying to do.
Cole Bishop interception, very Micah Hydish.
It was. I'd agree there. It was body language and body control, very much so.
What was your reaction?
Awesome. I mean, kept them out of points right before the half, and you know, they were receiving the ball in the second half, and you know, we called that double dipping, and we stopped them before the half in 3 and out, I think, coming out of halftime, and got the ball back and scored. So that's situational football. That's something Coach McDermott constantly preaches, and just happy that we can go out there and execute that.
I understand you have to do with the defenses, you know, giving you and all of that, but for a while in the fourth quarter, you know, your attempts were pretty low compared to what they normally are. How difficult as a competitor is that for you to sometimes not be the one who's being asked to always make the big play, or do like what you did on the scramble and ultimately make that play?
Whenever my number's called, whatever that may be. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm there to make the play, and flows and ebbs and flows of the game. It switches every week. You never know what situation you're going to find yourself in. Obviously, today was a little bit different situation, but again, just doing what I'm asked to do. Whenever the plays needed to be made, just go out there and try to make them.
Jackson Hawes has been great, blocking obviously, but he always seems to get open for at least one big play per game. What has he meant to the versatility of this offense and just through the first 4 weeks of the season?
Yeah, when we roll out our 13 personnel with Dalton, Dawson, and Hawes, you have to be ready for us to run it. But he gives us that element, if we naked out, it's not always Dalton or Dawson coming out and making a play. He's more than capable of making these plays, and he's shown that over the course of these first 4 games.
Josh, you kind of like these past 4 games of putting it together, not the way you want to, but you're averaging 30 points. How scary could this offense really be once you guys really get to clicking?
Again, we want to go out there and we want to score every single drive. Anytime that we stall or turn the ball over or punt for that matter, we feel like it's a disappointment. Again, we're going to watch this film and try to learn from it and, put ourselves in better situations early on in the game and, try to stay as two-dimensional as possible and go from there.
I was going to say, to Mookie's question, you guys have scored 30 or more in every single game, right? So the floor is certainly high. How comforting is knowing that? You guys have really raised the floor with this offense, even on a day when you said you guys made some boneheaded mistakes, put yourselves behind the sticks. To be able to still have that output, what is that a credit to?
That's a credit to everybody doing their job, not blinking when it comes down to it, and making the plays when they need to be made, and just trusting what Joe's calling.